Bathroom interior design has evolved into an art form, blending functionality with exquisite aesthetics. In today's episode of Homeworthy, we explore 16 beautiful bathrooms in stunning homes around the world, from a Michigan home's powder bath defined by green and filled with DIYs, to a London townhouse's primary bath featuring a freestanding tub and antique finishes, and an all-pink one in Dallas that feels playful yet sophisticated. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. To shop items inspired by this and other Homeworthy episodes, be sure to check out the product links below for amazing furniture, accessories, and more.
So let me show you one of the favorite rooms in my house. There's two with high gloss, and that is my powder room. Come look. So the high gloss sells everyone. Everyone loves the powder room. I did this beautiful wallpaper, burnt and thistle. This comes in a couple of colorways. I love the green, and then I paired it with a high gloss green paint on all of the trim. This room also had flagstone, which was just not very fitting for my personal style, so I did a white marble in here with a new sink with all of these brass details and all brass accessories, paired with a little bit neutral, like a Roman shade, just to kind of tone it down and some more natural elements in here. And this room is kind of divided up into two, but we treated it as one room for cohesiveness. So the powder room, there's really kind of like a powder your nose area and a washroom area. And I feel like this is always a crowd favorite with the high gloss. It's a really beautiful green. We have two rooms in our home that are really more like dark and cozy. This is one of those rooms because instead of a traditional light fixture in here, I opted for a brass fixture. So the light fixture actually has brass chandelier shades as well. So the whole shade is metal, which is a really fun touch. So this, I feel like, is one of the statement pieces from the exterior of the home, this round window, and I love that they put all of the grids in. And this is actually in the stone portion of the house, and so on the exterior, it's a circle window out of the stone, which is really beautiful.
Now I'm going to take you into our primary bathroom. Okay, so let's talk about the primary bathroom for a minute. This is the room I was telling you that was in some publications, and that's always really exciting. I'm really proud of it because we really took it all the way down and rebuilt it. And by we, I mean our contractor, but I came up with the design. So for starters, this wall back here was actually inspired by a 19th century wall molding that I saw on eBay. And I almost actually bought the wall molding that I found and had it delivered, and then my contractor said he can recreate it, which would be way easier. So what we did was I came up with the idea of using corbels facing each other to create the arch. He just ended up having to kind of extend it a little bit so it didn't come to a point. It ended up being more of an archway, and then he added a little bit of a lip so that I can have candles or artwork. I found this tapestry on eBay, and it really reminded me of that scene in Beauty and the Beast where she's twirling around reading and singing. I love it. Again, with the bust guy. This book, it's called The Ultimate Bath. It's from Barbara Stalick, who owns Waterworks, and our bathroom is actually in this book. It's at the table of contents, which is pretty awesome. This pedestal is vintage. Found it on eBay. I loved that it was lucite. I just thought it was really funky and cool and a good juxtaposition with a more classic bust. And then this clawfoot tub is so fabulous. It's a dreamy tub. When this was featured in Better Homes and Gardens, the writer said that this space was like a living room, but instead of a sofa, it had a fabulous clawfoot tub, which I loved that. It does feel like a living space, but with a clawfoot tub in it. And I really thought this light was pretty cool. That's from Shades of Light. One thing that we did was there was a door here to the water closet, and we took it out and did a sliding door instead because it just saved space. And then I painted this and the closet the same color. This is Palm Leaf by Sherwin-Williams. And then what I love is there's a little surprise of the wallpaper in here because I kept it very simple and classic with just white. But in here, I wanted it to be a little bit of a little jewel box. And again, because it's like handwritten script, it almost looks like a diary or a storybook, in keeping with the theme of kind of like each room feeling like a storybook. So that's this. Even this, the ladder, even that has an arch shape. I wanted it to speak to the arches on the wall. These are 19th century doors I found on eBay. There were 2 doorknobs. I promise there's a reason why we had to take it off. It's a long story, but we put it on a slider here, and then this leads to our closet. I just thought these were so cool. Again, the arch was really cool. It was actually a blue door, and we had it stripped, and then I painted it the same color as the water closet door. But again, something old paired with something really new and beautiful like these knobs, I thought was really special. And then again, a little arch in that artwork and more statues. These are custom Roman shades. Again, a little play on a check kind of pattern with more of a floral type of traditional rug. I just was gonna say, we also added the same beams that we put in our kitchen, we added up here. It matches the flooring that we put in here, which is a tile that looks like wood. I love wood with black, so I liked that combo. This is a vintage ashtray that I cleared off, and I use it to hold Q-tips. So I just like using things in unconventional ways. And this came from France. I ordered this off of eBay. I just thought the colors were gorgeous. I would say our biggest renovation was our primary bathroom. The kitchen was something where it was just kind of cosmetic changes, whereas the bathroom, we gutted it and took it to the studs. Not ourselves. We're not exactly DIYers. But we took it to the studs, and the bathroom had a corner tub, and you know, the shell lights from the late 90s, early 2000s. So we got a clawfoot tub and 2 vanities on the other wall, and I'm really proud of that space. That space has been in Better Homes and Gardens, it's been online on Architectural Digest, it's been in a coffee table book, and it's just super special.
And then this leads us into our bathroom. So these 2 rooms were completely separate spaces when we got the house. They were both bedrooms. In fact, our youngest, Domino, slept here for a few years, but we knew that we wanted to have kind of an ensuite bathroom, but we also wanted it to be a family bathroom. So we put a doorway in here, and we kept the doorway that the bathroom already had to the hall. And again, it's just like an example of circular flow. It means that if you're in the bathroom, you don't have to exit through the bedroom, you don't have to disturb someone who's sleeping. And if you're in the hall, you don't have to come through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. So again, circular flow, I love it. I try to use it everywhere I can. So come on into the bathroom and I will show you around. So our idea with this bathroom is we wanted it to be really elegant. We didn't have a ton of money to do it. And we also wanted it to feel like any other room in the house. We didn't want it to be too sterile or cold, as bathrooms so often can be. So one thing that I really wanted to avoid is tile. I'm not a huge user of tile or fan of tile, so rather than tile, we used micro cement. We used it in this shower enclosure, which we kind of just built 2 stud walls, and we covered everything in micro cement. It is just such an amazing material. It feels kind of soft and warm to the touch. It's waterproof. It's so easy to clean. It's really a dream. So yeah, I just adore this massive walk-in shower, all covered in micro cement. We used some marble tiles on the floor there, but otherwise we just kind of avoided tile in a bathroom, which I think is quite tricky to do. One other thing in this room that we kind of knew we needed, being in England, was a clothlet tub. Again, another eBay purchase. I just painted it to match the color of the walls, which is Portland Stone Light by Paint and Paper Library. We didn't restore it or anything. It just is what it is. It's wonderful. I love it. We decided to stick it into the middle of the room after kind of a lot of discussion about layout, and I think it really works. You actually don't need that much space in a bathroom to move around. You're not kind of doing exercises in here. So it kind of is the centerpiece. It's quite low down. We just adore it. Another thing we love is the marble. So I use my trusted marble guys. Hi, James and Luke from PGQ. And we put massive backsplashes behind each sink. We also did the skirting in the room in marble, except for this part, which is the original skirting. Because there was no skirting in this room originally. It had been removed a long time ago. And I didn't quite know how I was going to connect the micro cement to the original floorboards. So we actually had a little bit of marble left over, and on the day of install, they just cut it in their van for me. It was really, really amazing. And it's a detail that I really love. This fireplace wasn't here. So when this room was a bedroom, this was actually kind of a big desk area. And we reinstated a fireplace, mostly for decorative purposes, but I feel like it gives the room a bit of soul, and it reflects what might have been here originally. It's a very, very inexpensive fire surround from Screwfix. I think it cost about £100. And we put a bit of an offcut of marble on top, and it just gives it a little bit of elegance and elevates it. We also used unlacquered brass everywhere. This is all from Cast Iron Bath Company. Again, it just kind of adds a feeling of age and charm and really works, I think, in an English bathroom. One other thing in this room that I think is quite unusual for a bathroom is the window dressing. So we had this lovely window, and I just didn't want it to feel too cold and too sterile again. So my friend Lindsay actually helped me make these curtains. We went to a maker and she helped me kind of design how they would all work. She's just incredible. We went to a shop in Goldsmith Road in West London and bought all the fabric and carried it home, and it just feels like just a lovely, warm, unique part of the bathroom. The same cafe curtain here as downstairs. It's the same cheap Habitat fabric, and Kato likes to go outside this way. The last thing that I'll talk about in this bathroom are the towel radiators. So in England, we love our towel radiators because it's very damp and cold, but I just couldn't find any in unlacquered brass that were affordable and pretty. So what I did is I went onto Etsy and I went to, I think it's Bow Street Crafts, and he makes unbelievable copper towel rads to measure. And here's another one. They kind of serve as the radiators in the room, and they also serve to keep your towels dry and toasty, and your clothes, if you're getting dressed, your pajamas, whatever it is. I just think they're so beautiful. They're kind of tarnishing a little bit with age, which I love. They're really, really affordable, and they're just another part of the bathroom that I adore. This is our girls' bathroom. We've got 3 girls. And we did a really fun bathroom for them. When we moved in, this was actually the boarders' kitchen, so the kitchen that was used by the people renting rooms. And we were really lucky to have it because when we did the big renovation downstairs, we used this as our kitchen for 8 months. And it had everything we needed. It had a stove and a refrigerator and a washing machine, so we were set. So in this room, again, I tried to keep it warm. I really don't like bathrooms that feel too sterile. So we kept the original floorboards. Actually, we haven't restored them at all. This was how this room was. We haven't filled in any gaps. We haven't even sanded them back. That's for another time. We just kind of ran out of steam. I used the same RAL 3004 on the architrave and the door. I just really love the combination of pink and red. It's a classic, and I think it really works in a fun bathroom like this. And that's reflected in this amazing shower curtain. from Colors of Arley, which has kind of the same exact tones. We used a lovely pink on the walls called Plaster 3 by Paint and Paper Library, and then we filled the rest of the room with kind of antique bits. So we've got this like amazing little chest, another one here, and it's kind of where our girls keep all of their bits and bobs, their bathroom bits, and another stool in pine. So it's just kind of like a warm room that doesn't feel too sterile and isn't too precious. Another lovely thing about this room is the pink grout. I mentioned I'm not really massive on tile, but we were really at the end of our budget. There was no way we were going to put micro cement in here. So we got the cheapest tiles possible, and then we just dyed normal white grout with Hemway grout powder, and we made it kind of bright magenta. And it's just a really fun little feature. Another thing I love about this room is this cafe curtain, which is from Marl Studio. It's just so sweet, and the colors kind of reflect our fun stripy towels from H&M and the pink walls, and it makes the room feel quite warm and inviting, which is difficult to do in a bathroom, I think. So another way that we were kind of saving money in this room, because we really were at the end of a long renovation, is I bought these lampshades off of Amazon and I painted them myself with the paint testers, which we had way too many of. And we did another one right over there. So we've got kind of fun painted lampshades that cost almost nothing. Another way was we bought 2 large format tiles to form a backsplash rather than tiling something or having a bespoke piece of marble made. I think altogether this was about 30 pounds, and it cost nothing for the builders to kind of just stick it up. So it was just a nice way to protect the wall and also save a bit of money at the end of a very, very long renovation. I also love this piece from She Paints. It's Giovanotti Lyrics, an Italian song that we love, an Italian artist that we really love. And I love how the colors tie into the pink as well.
Now let me show you my absolute favorite space in my entire house. This is my principal bathroom. So it's been a little less than a year, but recently I decided it was time. It was time to completely overhaul this space. And so I knew function was going to be super important here. I knew I wanted it to be stylish, but also very serene and calming. I'm a color girl who has a lot of pattern everywhere, but I needed a place to decompress, and this became that space. So where to begin? For starters, I have a shower tub combo. And that can be a bit of a design challenge in this day of freestanding tubs and standalone showers. So I'm a bath girl. I'm a person who uses my bath every day. And I knew I needed to make that shower bath combo work, but look elevated. And so one of the things that I was able to do was to use fabric or textiles to really elevate the look. So we went floor to ceiling with the shower curtain. We did a valance at the top, and the functionality is kind of hidden behind this faux panel here. And I'm able to just push the shower curtain back and hide it completely and still get the formality of having floor to ceiling drapery on the shower. It also gives me a great view of the accent tile that I've done here. It really makes this area to have that pattern go all the way to the top and to frame out the tile work as art. So there were a lot of elements that make this bath super functional. One of the things that I needed was storage. And so I went with custom cabinetry that packs a lot in the way of storage. I have a tower here that goes from the countertop to the ceiling, and it houses any number of my things, personal effects that I use on a daily basis. I put a plug inside of the tower so I could easily tuck my curling iron inside. I've got makeup storage. I've got a pull-out around the plumbing underneath to really maximize the storage here. Lighting also plays a really big role in the space. Originally, I had one ceiling fixture and a vent and a vanity light. And I really wanted to be able to have lighting to shift the mood of the space by day and by night. And so I added the sconces here on the mirror. I added a mirror to reflect on the side of the tower, which you get both the front view of the sconce, but you also get a side view of the sconce. I added a overhead ceiling chandelier that is a semi-flush mount that drops down a little bit into the space, and it's also on a dimmer. And so that allows me to kind of, play with the mood in the evening time. I've got a vent that has a light that is LED, but that also has a Bluetooth speaker. So I can play my music while I'm in the bathtub. And then I added a recessed light inside of the shower. And so there are multiple layers of lighting just in this small bathroom. And I can't tell you, that was probably the best investment I made in the space because it really allows you to have the lighting you need when you need it. One of the pain points in this space before I renovated was the fact that my neighbors live right outside this window. And so I hated the idea of having to open and close this shade with them looking at me if they happen to be on their back porch enjoying the day. So I opted for a top-down, bottom-up motorized shade on this little tiny window, and it gives the most functionality because I can still get the lighting in the morning without having to worry about whether my neighbors are about to see me in the bathroom. So it was a really great addition that adds functionality, and it's super pretty, but it solved a really big problem that I originally had. And I love this so much. It's the little things.
So,
And the bathrooms?
well, it'd be hard to capture this, but yeah, the bathroom is,
It's beautiful.
I wanted the bathroom really started off with these sinks, Alex, which are very unique. And unfortunately, they do not make them any longer, and so therefore, hence the problem. But there's no plumbing that's visible.
Wow.
So they're hanging. The gooseneck is behind. It was a patented thing that the company. I discovered them in Italy.
It's just beautiful.
But yeah, they're a little bit of a maintenance issue. But nonetheless, what I loved about them was the simplicity. You didn't see any.
And I love how contemporary the bathroom is. It almost feels like Philippe Starkish.
I wanted separate water closets on both sides, and I'm a hopeful romantic, but I thought this could one day be an apartment for two.
Yeah, what do you mean a hopeful romantic? It'll happen. Please, you have to be romantic.
Two showers and then separate sinks and water
great.
closets. Yeah, I mean, what was really
And
incredible.
again, it feels so open, David, because the shower you can walk through is so nice.
And I didn't want it to be, I didn't want it to be closed again. And the use of the mirror, I think I had a client many years ago, and she was an artist, which was incredible. And she had no choice about where her wedding was going to be. It was going to be at the Pierre. And she called me and she said, I'm okay to have it at the Pierre. She said, I know I have to. She said, but the only thing, David, is I don't like that gray and I don't like those chandeliers. Well, that's what the Pierre was about.
That gray room with those
And
chandeliers.
she's an artist. And I thought about it for a while and I called her back up and I said, I would like to propose to you. I have a theory that when you don't want to see something, do more of it. Because the more you do, the less you will see. It will become the neutral. I said, so not only are we going to keep the gray, we're going to make everything gray. The tablecloths, the chairs, the carpeting, everything will be gray. And we're going to take the chandeliers and we're going to add these incredible trees that will be lights like the chandeliers through the chandeliers. And the chandeliers will be like the magic fireflies. And she got it, and it was incredible. And I said, the only other thing I hope you will agree is no flowers. So I had a bride that didn't like gray, didn't like the chandeliers, and ended up with all gray, more of the chandeliers, and no flowers.
But it was beautiful.
And it was the most extraordinary one. And she was beyond thrilled because she understood the sense of it. So, you know, with mirror, I always think of mirror in the same way. When you put more of it, it's less. It doesn't become more, it becomes less.
And again, it brings light.
Yeah.
So there's an incredible photograph of Tina Chow and Paloma Picasso getting ready. And they're in this sort of mirrored room, and this room reminds me of it. It's something from the 70s, and I love that this feels like sort of a wonderful moment from the 70s.
Well, do you remember there was I remember this photograph of a bathroom that Valerian Raybar did.
Oh.
That bathroom.
The best. That
That
is so
bathroom
chic.
was
The steel one that he
Yes.
did, was it the steel
With
one?
mirror.
So that was done for Sal Schlumberger when she was married
Okay.
and lived in that beautiful, beautiful house in Paris. I love
I mean,
that.
it was just like
The steel, with the floating tub that was made out of
Yeah.
stainless steel.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that bathroom.
Yeah.
But
So-
this feels more modern than that, and I love it, and it feels just so chic. I think we
heated floors. He loves
and I think we've tired them out, the two of them. They're having
love the heated
It's
floors.
too much of a party. Oh my God. Okay, beautiful. So lovely, Dave.
Welcome to Wade and I's bathroom. This bathroom is so good in my opinion. I think something that makes it like very unique is that we decided to do the wood floors in the bathroom. Something that's like often asked is, does your wood floor, like does water get on it? Is that weird having wood floors in your bathroom? We're adults, and so we know not to like throw bath water out of the bathtub. So wood floors are great in a bathroom if you're just looking to like make it like a little bit more warm. With this space, we kept the bones of how it originally was. We just completely started from scratch-ish, I guess. I picked out this marble. I thought it was like very pretty. It just felt like very much like a bathroom marble, if you will. I mean, actually I would put this marble anywhere, but I loved it so much. I wanted to see it all the time. So I put it in our bathroom. We did it on the countertops, we did it in the shower, and then also surrounding the bathtub. I wanted to do it like, or put the marble like up the walls and around the bathtub. Another question I often get asked about bathtub, a freestanding versus a built-in. I've had both, I love both, but with this house, I really wanted a built-in tub because there's nothing nicer than sitting in the bath and being able to put like all your products along the side or even your phone. Because if you have a freestanding tub, I feel like all my stuff would just fall off the side or into the tub, which defeats the purpose. Something that's really pretty about this bathroom is this antique light fixture. As I've mentioned, we wanted to just like incorporate like a lot of unique things into the space. One thing that is one of my favorite things, I guess, with our shower, we put speakers in the shower, which it's so fun to like get dressed and like you turn up the music, turn on your favorite songs, and just listen to music like while you're shaving your legs, which is a luxury to say the least. So yeah, this is our bathroom. Wade and I both have our own vanities. This is my side. I have the little space where I can sit on this happy little stool and do my makeup, get dressed. We love this space and it flows like very well for us and our kids when they're in here.
This is my bathroom. I mentioned this is his and hers, so this is my bathroom. And I used a vinyl wallpaper, very affordable. It's by Brewster Home. It comes in another colorway. These cabinets are from Home Depot, and I just changed out the knobs over the years a couple of times. And since there's not like a ton of counter space, I bought this tray and I just kind of stuck it like between them, and it has a little bit of extra counter space for me. And this is just like an old candle holder and my soap pump just to make it a little fancier. We used to have a window in this bathroom right here, but the garden room is on the other side. So I love natural light and I was missing it. So I worked with Velux. They did the sun tunnels in here and the skylights. And so this was a way to bring in some natural light.
This was the study, which was just filled with a lot of Brad's things, collections. And we eventually were able to put in a master bath and some of the features. We have 2 different vanities here. This stone here is Nero Portero marble, which our designer found. You see it in a lot of old buildings in Detroit, really a pretty unique marble. Brad also found a table that we had cut in half, and those 2 halves serve as the base for both vanity. I don't know how old is the table?
They're old, like 18th century English oak. It was a single table that we had cut in half, like Matt said. There was no top left, so that sort of was an okay sign for me to actually cut them in half, because it would be very painful for me to cut something that was in good shape in half. So so that was sort of a perfect thing to do. I should say also, John, our designer, really pushed to make this our primary bath from the study. And I was very resistant at first because I didn't want to lose a place for more furniture, my books, more art. But honestly, he said that you'll use this more than any other room in the house, and he was absolutely right about this. So I'm so pleased that we did this. And really, he perfectly centered the shower so that you can look out the window into the garden. And it's really a beautiful view in the morning. We absolutely love it. I think one of the most beautiful things about this bathroom is the wall paneling, and John designed the placement of every single panel in here. The color is really beautiful. It's Benjamin Moore ancient ivory. And so we really painted everything. The primary closet is that color as well. John also laid out the floor. This is really just your typical landscape outdoor bluestone. But it makes a really beautiful, very durable floor. It's heated, so in the wintertime it's really cozy in here. The other thing that we did was we used some actual picture frame to go around this mirror, which is medicine cabinet, and that was a really fun thing to pick out. There's also a picture light above the medicine cabinets, which really give a nice soft glow and kind of just the perfect down light. So I think you always think you look great. We kind of went back and forth over what we wanted to do with this shower, but ended up really deciding to just do marble throughout. There's some nice cubbies in there. The floor is heated in the shower as well, which really helps to dry it. And when you're stepping on it, it actually is never cold, which is kind of nice too. There's also another sort of gang of switches here in unlacquered brass that we had made, and they're listed, and maybe you can't see it that well, but John's very big on electrical plans, which I never really thought about until we were doing this renovation. But he's got dimmers in all the right places. When you leave a room, you can actually turn off anything that you didn't turn off when you were in the room, which I think is a great feature.
And the heated towel.
Yeah, and the heated towel bar we had here, which is unlacquered brass, which at the time was impossible to find. It's not so much about having a warm towel to dry yourself, but it also just dries the towel quicker, so they actually stay fresher over time, which I think is a really cool thing.
I'd love to show you my bathroom. All right, so this is our bathroom that we designed and got renovated. It was a really long project. It was during COVID. The original bathroom just was like maybe not really giving the full the picture of the home in itself. So we were incessant on using materials and design motifs that we felt like could have been used, back when our house was built. So we're talking, the floral motif in the mini hex tile. The use of natural stone was huge to us. and just sort of, you know, with the busyness and all the bath times that we do, having this like crown jewel piece to walk into and to sort of wrap the rest of the bathroom around was really huge in regards to space planning. I do think that our vanities often stop people in their tracks. They are a very unique color, but I feel like that's what brings like a lot of interest and character to the space. So I absolutely love them. Again, I found another little place to make the room more personal. So the hardware itself has our monogram engraved in it. The countertop material is actually a type of marble that people don't really use very often. It's called crema marble. I think it is so warm and unique. So it was a no-brainer to choose crema marble as the accent with all of the white marble. If you step over here, you enter into the shower. It's one of my favorite elements also. I love the window positioning and how there's natural light pouring in. It really helps us wake up in the morning, and we can, you know, see the moonlight when we're going to bed after a long day. The tile work was really important to me. I love the classic element of the subway tile, but I did want to enrich it a little bit more. So my architect laid out this gorgeous fretwork pattern that I love, and I feel like it's just honestly probably the most beautiful design element in the whole space. It's inlaid with the crema marble again, so the two materials, you know, really repeat themselves throughout the space and just makes for like a really cohesive experience. The lighting in this space actually has a funny story. The center fixture I picked up at a resale shop for literally $10. It was from a hotel renovation, a really stately hotel renovation that's nearby. And I don't know how it landed there, but I'm very grateful that it did, which left some room for these custom sconces by Colleen Ritter, based in LA. She powder coats them in custom colors, and I thought it was a great opportunity to, you know, draw that color back up and have something really unique for the space. So right off of our bathroom are my husband's closet and my closet over here. And just a, you know, fun thing to point out, I picked this carpeting pretty early on in the design process, and I knew I wanted some sort of decorative element introduced with the cabinetry. This really spectacular cabinetry maker, Cole Wagner, made these, and I just think that, I mean, everything about them, from the construction to the quality to just the fine details, are magnificent to me. So it's something that I look up and enjoy quite often.
And right off the sitting room, I can take you to our bathroom. It's cozy. We love the mirrors. We love the antique mirrors on the back. And then with these beautiful mirrors on top, I think it adds so much character to the whole bathroom. Again, we picked the pink marble tops, which I love. And then we added these little curtains underneath, you know, inspired by Santiago growing up going to his grandfather's house. And we just literally needed more space for, you know, putting all the things that you put in the bathroom. So we loved it. Our towels were done by Leontine Line Linens. She's awesome. So, you know, the beautiful monograms, our bathtub. I love like the cornice too with the bathtub. Oh yeah, and the wallpaper, the striped pink. everybody was like, oh, and what does Santiago think about the pink wallpaper? And I think pink is a very neutral color. It's very romantic and feminine, but it's also very neutral. And especially when it goes to that mauve-like tone, I think it's very neutral and I love it. And then this fun detail, these tools I got in Round Top not so long ago. And, they're from the 70s, a designer from the 70s, a furniture designer. And we've been loving them because we needed somewhere to sit, put shoes on, put, a towel or whatever, some space. And then the tile, I love the pink on the tile. It has a little bit of a light pink on it, and it's so fun and beautiful.
Right off the kitchen, I have my bathroom, and this was another rental renovation from the landlord that I had to kind of deal with and make the most of. So what I did to break up the sea of white was add in this removable grass cloth paper. I swapped out the light fixture with this fun mid-century one from Belgium, put in one of my glasses, this great block print shower curtain from West Elm's collab with Rode. I keep my soap on an antique plate that I got on Nantucket. I put this French pastel that I just love. And then this needlepoint that my grandma did out of a kit. And it's actually special because she usually didn't finish handicraft projects. She would start them but not finish them. So this is one of the few ones she actually finished. And I think it's very happy and it fits the color palette. And then on the floor, I added this rug from Greece that was the first thing I put down. I think I generally like to do Oriental or Caucasian rugs on the floors of bathrooms. Not super valuable or special ones because there's going to be a lot of moisture, but I think it adds a lot of depth. And I also swapped out the toilet seat for a wood one just to add a little warmth and old-timey charm to the room. And then this folk art portrait that you see reflected in the mirror is really charming. It's a little creepy, but I love the oranges she's holding and her facial expression and the blue frame.
And welcome to the powder room. So this is my guest bathroom. I wanted this to be moody and be just a fun place to take a selfie if you're over here for dinner or hanging out. Also did Roman clay on these walls, just a much darker green. I had some fun with all of the fixtures. So this is extra of the Calcutta viola that you saw in the kitchen, but we did it polished instead. This vanity plus all the hardware is signature hardware. And I did this really dark bronze because I thought it really pulled out the purple in the veins of the Calcutta viola. So the floors and the shower are actually one of the only things that are original to the house that I did not change. I felt like it actually looked kind of cool, and adding the dark Roman clay on the walls was really gonna make it feel a little more intentional. Let's talk about the mirror. I literally made the whole bathroom based on the mirror. The mirror is by Concrete Cat. They are a concrete company based out of Montreal. And I saw this mirror on Instagram in pink, and I was like, I have to have it. So I had them custom make it in green to try to match the walls. And I just think it's so cool. This sconce up here is also by Sputnik Lights, who did the gorgeous chandelier in my breakfast nook. They just make really amazing handmade looking mid-century pieces, so I love them. And then this is like this really cute little snake that I got at a local shop down the street in West Hollywood. I just love how dark and moody and special this bathroom is. Now that we've seen the powder room, I'm going to show you guys the primary suite of the house. So when I first got the house, the master bathroom was like a serious puzzle to me. It was an odd shape. The room wasn't long enough to put a proper shower and a built-in bathtub. The shower just felt so tiny. So my sister and contractor came up with this idea of doing a wet room. So the bathroom is just this giant open room with one little glass door, and the shower and the bathtub are in the same area, and I just feel like I'm in a literal spa. And this is the primary bathroom. So this is my little haven. I hang out in way too many hours of the day. Once again, we did the Calcutta viola here, which I love. and this really, really dark bronzed hardware as well from Signature Hardware. I just think it really matches the marbles so well. One thing that I had to have in this bathroom, I stayed at this hotel once in Hawaii when I was a teenager, and they built a little lip with the marble above the sink, and I was like, that's so genius because you can put all your products. So this is my makeshift Sephora store, aka my bathroom. I have so many products, it's kind of crazy. And there wasn't a ton of storage, so this is a great place for me to be able to see everything, not forget about an expensive serum that I bought. And I even let my boyfriend have a couple things on his side. So once again, the walls in here are Roman clay as well. The color is called Thumper by Portola Paints. This is actually the same color of the hood that's in the kitchen. We did floor to ceiling as well. I just think it really makes the room feel encapsulated and it just really elevates it. These mirrors are Signature Hardware as well. I love that they've got the LED light. It almost acts like a ring light. I film all of my Love AJ TikToks in here. So this is the bathroom / wet room that we created. This wall is really short and I wanted to have a big shower but also wanted a tub. So this just felt like the best option. So in here we have this amazing Signature Hardware tub and I just tilted it on the side. But I think it's kind of cute. It kind of feels like a hotel vibe. And then this is the open wet room. So we have the big, ginormous 12-inch rainwater for the shower, which I love. This built-in juxtaposition with this tile, I think is so gorgeous. It's very unique. I know this isn't like a typical bathroom, but I just think it works so well together. This tile is by Zia Tile and the color is called Absinthe. I really liked the variety as well. You've got some of these darker ones, some of these lighter ones, and then up here, I just did lots of green plants because I think it just really brings the outdoors indoors. This is truly one of my favorite places just to take a break in the middle of the day. I'm known for my 4 p.m. baths. I think it's so fun to get in the bath when the sun is still out with the skylight and the tub and the window. It is just the most relaxing vibe ever.
So this is one of my bathrooms, again with a pink and green. I love pink and green. I knew I wanted this turquoise color. It felt sort of appropriate for the 1920s vibe, but also kind of modern, especially when you put it with pink countertops and pink drawer pulls and a pink mirror. The archway was original. I retiled it and made sure to keep it because I thought it was really special. This is really like used for taking baths. I put in a really big, deep bathtub so I could spend just time relaxing and chilling out. This whole house was a big project, and this was a really big project, especially figuring out, it's a pretty small bathroom, so figuring out the layout and then retiling everything. Also, this area used to be a shower. We made it the toilet area and then created like a whole lot of storage in here. So I can keep a lot of like linens and just extra stuff in this area. So I went to the stone yard to pick out the countertops. It was such a fun experience to see all the colors. So this is a natural stone. I just think it's incredible that something like this comes out of the earth. It's so beautiful and I just loved the color. So we kind of built everything around that. Next stop is the bathroom. So the bathroom, I knew I wanted to try something kind of bold and colorful. And I also wanted to mention, again, the sort of 20s Spanish style. So we went with these big hexagonal tiles and chose really vibrant colors. Again, going with the flower theme. Love flowers, love bold colors, makes me so happy. We were so excited to use this tile, and when it was installed, it was like, wow, this is amazing. So coming here in the morning is just so perfect and beautiful. I chose brass, like a living finish fixtures, so they're just starting to age, and I'm excited to see them like turn turquoise and get a sort of patina on them. So my partner's 6'6", so we had to do a lot of like raising things up. The shower head, we like moved to the top. Luckily, where our ceilings are like kind of high. And there's also a skylight in this room, which is kind of nice. I'll be like showering, just like looking up at the sky. My partner, he's just like, do whatever you want. Like, I trust you. If it makes you happy, it makes me happy. So I had like free reign. Go for it. And so this house was really built for like, it was built for me. Like, I live with my boyfriend, and of course, like, it's our home. And this house was like sort of like my own personal Barbie dream house.
Thanks for watching. Go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content and shopping guides.